Headlines are a fury as a pensioner gets a criminal record for watching Coronation Street. Well, not quite, but that is literally what the headline says. No criticism expressed, but I do like to jump in and help in the understanding sometimes of headlines which may be very slightly misleading. In fact, it's headlines like this that I think force a lot of people into paying for a TV license when they don't actually need one. The reason being, non-payment of a TV license is not a recordable offence. It is a criminal offence, but it's not a recordable one, and I'll explain why that matters in this video. But first of all, if you're new to my channel, I'm Daniel Shensmith, a barrister of England and Wales, and I enjoy helping you to understand law. I'd be really grateful if you hit that like button at any point you find this video useful, and indeed hit that subscribe button and help my channel grow. So let's get into the video. So let's go back to the beginning of this story. I chased the thread a little. This began, I believe, with a report from The Independent and a tweet by this chap from this lady, or about this lady, where she wrote that she's recently been struggling financially and as a result receiving advice from Citizens Advice and also health issues like her hearing. And if I'm served with a fine, I'm happy to get a TV license for my property and repay my debt via deductions from my benefits. The tweet alongside it said, in May, the BBC revealed plans to cut the number of prosecutions for not paying the TV licence, but the prosecutions keep coming. The Independent reported on this as well and went into more detail. I will put all of these links in the description below, resulting in me finding it in reverse order with the article in the Express. The reason for this video and the reason that I take issue with it is that headlines like this and articles like this and discussions like this lead people to believe that a criminal record is going to follow you around and have a devastating effect on your life. Now, I'm not encouraging willful evasion of TV licenses, and I'm not going to get into the political debate as to whether they should be free at all or free for pensioners and so on. That is a discussion for a whole other video, perhaps for Black Belt Secrets, which I'll link in the description below, my sister channel, that you can go and hear my personal views about these things. I will share those with you over there. But as for this as for this article here, it says, a pensioner has been slapped with a criminal record after failing to buy a TV license, signing up to a Sky package and watching Coronation Street. Now, this statement by itself, if indeed that is what the article was based on, i.e. she didn't pay for the TV license, she watched live TV and she got caught and was then fined, whilst that is a criminal offence under the Communications Act, section 363, it is not a recordable offence, meaning it doesn't show up on a standard DBS check. Now, whilst you might think that a non-recordable offence is not recorded anywhere, that's not quite true either. They might well be recorded on the police computer, but not the police national database and the standard database that is searched for criminal records, for example, when you go for a DBS check. Now, what is a recordable and a non-recordable offence? Well, recordable offences are more serious. It means you get a record. That's where the term criminal record comes from. It is a recorded offence, and the regulations that set out what are recordable offences is the National Police Records Recordable Offences Regulations 2000. At least this is the latest iteration thereof. Now, this makes clear that for the vast majority of recordable offences, those are which will be disclosed under a DBS check and for which you must disclose if you're asked about a criminal record, criminal convictions, and so on, relate to these. First of all, convictions for and cautions, reprimands, and warnings given in respect of, and this is the important bit, any offence punishable with imprisonment and any specified offence in the schedule to these regulations. So think of speeding for a moment. Speeding, driving in excess of the regulated speed limit, the statutory speed limits, is a criminal offence, but it's not a recordable offence, i.e. you don't get a criminal record for exceeding the speed limit automatically. You might if it's linked to another offence, but that's a whole other explanation. But you don't automatically get a criminal record for a conviction for speeding. Why? Because it doesn't appear in this list here. Because by itself, it is not imprisonable, and it doesn't appear on this list. There are lots of things that appear on this list that may not be imprisonable, but for which are recordable offences. For example, the offence of throwing missiles, which is a football offence under Section 2 of the Football Offences Act 1991. So there's a whole list of offences here that these regulations have sought to make a recordable, specifically make a recordable offence, even though they may not be imprisonable. And they include, for example, malicious communications, which is the offence of sending letters with intent to cause stress and anxiety, I should say. And so that is a recordable offence. So if you send messages online with the sole purpose of causing somebody distress and anxiety, and it is deemed to be malicious against this act, then that will be a recordable offence. But non-payment of a TV licence does not appear on this list. So it is not a recordable offence. You can't be imprisoned for it, and it's not on this list. However, if that were linked somehow with some other offence which is recordable and it's on the same thing, then it may appear on that record. Or if you are fined for the offence of non-payment of a TV licence and you don't pay the fine, then you'll be back to court, and that will be a more serious offence, and that will be a recordable offence, because that can attract imprisonment. It may not, but depending on the circumstances, but it is possible that you can be sent to prison for non-payment of the fine for the non-payment of the TV licence in the first place. But as I said, coming back to the original article, whilst articles like this I support in that they raise awareness of either the need to pay for a TV licence or the need to discuss whether we should scrap the TV licence and the whole discussion and debate, I support them in that respect. But I do take a slight issue when a lot of people will see this article and believe that they get a hard-coded, slam-dunk criminal record which will pop up everywhere, such as mobile phone contracts and all of that sort of stuff, when they just ask for standard criminal offences. Now, ordinarily, you don't need to disclose a non-recordable offence unless it is specifically asked for. For example, when you take out insurance, if the insurance company asks you a specific question, which they always do in respect of any driving conviction, any speeding conviction, because it's relevant, it's very pertinent to the insurance that you are paying for. And so they have to assess risk. And clearly, if you've racked up over the last, so many years, X number of points for speeding, they want to know about it because that heightens the risk, and therefore they need to quote you the insurance accordingly. So if they specifically ask you about it, regardless of it being recordable or not, you need to disclose it. But for argument's sake, you wouldn't need to tell your car insurance company that you've got this conviction for non-payment of a TV license, because it's non-recordable. It doesn't appear on the National Database for Criminal Records. It won't appear on a standard DBS check. It may appear on an enhanced DBS check where they may have contact with local police stations, but even then that's not a given. And if you were to go for, let's say, a very high security employment role, and they say, please disclose all criminal convictions, whether recordable or not, then obviously you would have to disclose it then, because they are asking you a specific question, and it would be fundamentally dishonest not to tell them about it. So quite obviously, if you're going for, let's say you want to sit as a magistrate and you're going through that application process, or you want to go through and be the security manager for a company and they want to make absolutely sure you've got absolutely nothing in your background that could possibly bring that company to disrepute, and they ask you the question specifically, then you would have to answer in good faith. But as it is, If you see headlines like this and you are frightened into buying a TV license when you don't need one, then you shouldn't buy one, solely for the reason that you're worried about getting a criminal conviction and a criminal record. Whilst it is a criminal conviction for watching or recording live TV or using BBC iPlayer without a license, it is not a recordable offence. And so it's not a standard criminal record in the way that you would normally think of it. Just like speeding doesn't result in a criminal record as such, automatically at least. If it's linked to dangerous driving and that sort of thing, then it will appear alongside the dangerous driving, which obviously would be a recordable offence. So I hope that video is useful. Please do hit that like button, share this with somebody that you think might find it useful. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you for watching.